Ladies and gentlemen, students and parents, all those who are tuning in today, welcome to our special interview segment. I'm your host Behram, and today, hold your breath, we have the incredible Nimisha Narasimhan in the spotlight, a force to be reckoned with in the world of education. Nimisha ma'am, as everybody calls her, is not just a science teacher. She's a mentor, a guiding light, a student counselor extraordinaire. With a passion for nurturing young minds, she's been a pivotal figure for students across boards, navigating the tumultuous journey towards the board exams. In her illustrious career, from a qualified chemical engineer to the best science teacher, especially in the field of chemistry, amongst hundreds in the city of Mumbai, to now founding her own Aviv Education, her dream come true. Across Mumbai, Navi Mumbai and Pune, Nimisha has seamlessly blended the art of teaching with the science of mentorship, inspiring students to set ambitious targets, instilling unshakable confidence and underscoring the irreplaceable value of hard work. So whether you're a student gearing up for the upcoming board exams, and we know you are, or a parent keen on understanding the dynamics of this academic adventure, you are in for a treat, I assure you of that. Join me in extending a warm welcome to the luminary herself, the maestro of motivation, Nimisha Narasimhan. Welcome Nimisha.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. That was a lot, right? I am humbled. It's an honor and privilege to be sitting next to you and talking to you. A very, 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 very good morning to everybody out there. Thank you so much for those lovely words, and I'm sure the next few minutes that we are going to spend together, I hope it makes an impact on your life. Looking forward to that. Thank you so much for this.
Okay, welcome Nimisha ma'am. Aryansh has said that I am not audible. So the technical team, can you just check that out, please? There has been a message that I'm not audible. Am I on? Okay. So now, Nimisha ma'am, and I'm going to call you ma'am because that's what everybody is calling you. In 3 days, we are entering the final month, the board exam month. And what we want here is for you to share a wealth of your experience. I mean, target setting, confidence building. Shall we start?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay, so let's start with my first question on behalf of all the students. How do you advise students to set not just a target, but a realistic and achievable target for the board exams?
Firstly, students, be with the faith that this entire year you have been slogging out, you have been working hard, and you have been trying your level best. You have put your best effort so far. Have that faith in yourself. Now coming to when Sir speaks about target, there are two things to it. Why set a target and how set a target. So let's focus on why I need to set a target. Let's say Sir gives me the key and says, go for a drive. I said, fair enough, sir. This is nice. I go for a drive. It's Sunday morning. So I take his car. I move out for driving. I'm happy in the first half. I'm enjoying myself. After some time, I realize, where am I leading to? Where am I going to? And I start losing the entire charm of it. So if sir would have been specific, if I was specific, I have to go to this destination, I would have planned my entire destination. How much time will it take? Are there any interesting junctions? Are there interesting places where I can have a stopover? I would have planned my timings of reaching there, and when I reach there, I'll feel a sense of achievement. I'll feel happy there. As simple as that. Exactly that is what we need at this point. We need to know, as a student, what do I want to score? I have spent my entire schooling, and this is it. This is going to make a milestone. This is the first stepping stone in my career. What is my target? What I can achieve and where I can go up to. Hence, a target has to be set. That serves a purpose, sir.
Fantastic. So we've answered definitely the why, and now the how question. Do you recommend breaking your target, the larger goal, into smaller, manageable tasks? What do you recommend?
Right. We are like 20 days approximately away from the board exams, right?
Yes.
So now the question is how and exactly how I go about this, how I set this target, right? Now, students and parents will agree with me, the targets that we all set are emotional, right? My sister scored this, I want to score this much. Many of the times it is more of an emotional target that we have set for ourselves.
Absolutely.
Emotions run higher in our society.
And in fact, that puts a lot of pressure.
Exactly. That is a way. We are all emotional, but definitely it has to be more practical and it has to be achievable, right? So the first thing I would request, go to the best corner of your house where you find the best comfort. Sit down there, take a piece of paper, write down all your subjects, write down what you have been scoring till date. You have been giving a lot of cyclic exams, pre-board exams, you have been appearing for many exams. So write down what have you been scoring these days, the maximum score. Like for example, English literature, this is 65, this is the maximum score I got in till date. So write down all those marks first. Then, next 20 days, I still have in my hand, and there is one confidence that I have finished doing my entire portion. I know the entire syllabus. I also have been exposed to a lot of question papers. I've been getting a lot of support from the school, from my parents, and there is a lot of buzz around how to go about it ahead. So if I apply all those techniques correctly, from 65 in English literature, what is the best I can reach? What is my potential? That should be your number that you'll write down, the achievable target, what you want to see for yourself. So when I'm talking about this target, if you understood, I'm talking about making targets subject-wise. It is not that I want to score 95. No. Since all subjects matter, I'll be sitting down and doing this exercise where I will actually measure each and every subject of mine, because there will be a subject which I am very good at. There will be a subject where I am not so good at. So I can write down a measurable and achievable target at every subject, and then count and come down to a percentage, that this is the percentage I achieve. If that percentage makes me feel, wow, this is it, this is what I was looking for, this is my target. If I feel definitely not, I can do better than this, let me work out once again. I'm good at chemistry. Okay, let me work out a little bit, little more efforts, 3 more papers I'll solve in, 3 marks I can add in on. Why not? My percentage increases. Keep working and come to a number that makes you feel happy, that makes you give the sense of achievement. This is it I was looking for. That is how it is emotional. Definitely it is an emotional target, but it is a logical, achievable target. You have set your own potential that this is what I can, this is where I will go up to, and then start working on it. What can stop further?
Fantastic. So the target needs to be realistic. Absolutely. At the same time, a stretch target so that the child knows that he or she has to put in that extra effort, X plus, to get the target.
Right. This is one activity which a child does on his own. The student should do it on his own, because the student knows what is his strength, what is his weakness. So it should be very, very practically, logically done. As I said, sit in your favorite corner. I remember I was raised in a 1 BHK room. So my favorite corner used to be a passage. So I have set my target sitting in a passage, right?
Great.
And when it was achieved, it had its own impact, right? Because I set it, I worked for it, and I could achieve it. Right?
Wow. So you got that, right? Target setting. Why and how? Okay. Nimisha ma'am, since we are talking here, and we were speaking about how the child is going to feel better after they achieve that target, any techniques that you can think of as of right now for these last 20-25 days which are particularly effective? I mean, you've handled so many students, thousands and lakhs of students, in boosting a student's self-esteem before and during the exams.
Perfect. The first job is done, that I have set my own target. Perfect. Now when sir says, why don't we divide it into simplistic manner? For example, now this is very important, students, for all of us to understand this. You have been studying the subject right from the starting of the year. You have revised your subject as well, maybe 2 or 3 times already, because there has been school conducting your pre-boards, right? So that has been done. Now when you are studying for a subject, let's take for example, I am studying for chemistry. In last 3 exams, it is very important to analyze and understand which is the chapter where I am not scoring, which is that question number where I am not scoring, right? Let's say for example, there is a mountain here and I have been told that water is going to come out from this section. And I am actually working here to remove water. Does that make sense? No. If the water is gone, if the productivity, if the result is going to come out from here, this is where I have to work. I need to be putting my efforts there, right? So when I analyze my paper, if I understand that it is section A where I am not scoring marks, it is very clear I need to solve more number of question papers to make sure that my section A is being catered. It is organic chemistry where I am not scoring, where I have been making a lot of mistakes. So now leave all the other chapters aside. First work on that organic chemistry so that you ensure you score there, right? You need not always start from chapter 1 and keep revising that again and again and again and again, because you already know that chapter. Work on that area which you feel has been pulling you down. So that is a smart way of working and more realistic way of working. You're putting your efforts in the right direction. Perfect?
Perfect. Nimisha, continuing this conversation, you have always spoken about the 3 pillars, right? Or the 3 important attributes that are universal as far as success is concerned for students: hard work, consistent effort, dedication, right? We would love you to throw some light on that, but before that, let me just tell you, we are open for questions, so you can type in your questions and definitely Nimisha is going to answer them for you. Right, Nimisha? Back to our 3 pillars, 3 attributes: hard work, consistent effort, dedication.
Perfect. See, there is no substitute for hard work, right? However, whatever I am doing, however smart I am, however talented I am, nothing can substitute hard work. So even after setting a target, even after going ahead with it, if I am not consistent with my efforts for the next 20 days, I would not get the results. As simple as that, right? It is not in the month of exam, that is when the board exam starts, I'll be slogging it out. No, that is the time when you'll be enjoying the entire journey, the entire year efforts. You will find it's going free flow, it is going very smooth sailing there. It is now, these 20 days before the board exams, that you need to set in properly, come into a proper mindset, put your best foot forward, polish yourself thoroughly, consistently do it, avoid all the distractions as you can. It's a matter of few days and the moment of glory will be something you'll cherish for lifetime, isn't it? So your hard work, your constant focus on what you were thinking for yourself, what is your target, constant focus on that, deriving the motivation from that itself, consistently working towards it, and your dedication. Nothing can stop you. It's these 20 days which is the make or break over for what will happen in the board exams.
Absolutely. And there is also a lot of today, there are times when a student finds himself or herself alone, finds that pressure is there. School, the teachers, the classes, the parents, the pressure is there, but the support, right? And I always talk about the two important people in a student's life or in a child's life, the parents and teachers. I mean, you don't even have to go into the recent past or into you can go back to the Mahabharata, right? And if you look at that, the 100 Kauravas lost to 5 Pandavas. Two important reasons, parents and teachers, right? Gandhari, for whatever the reasons that may have been, had blindfolded herself. So she was blind to some of the wickedness of her children. On the other hand, Kunti as a parent was hands-on. Talking about teachers, whenever the Kauravas had a problem, they went to their mentor, Shakuni Mama. And whenever the Pandavas needed mentoring or they needed some advice or counsel, they went to their mentor, Lord Krishna himself.
Perfect.
So, I want to know from you, and I want you to address our students, parents and teachers about the fantastic support that our students have for these exams.
Truly said. So it's very interesting. First of all, sir, the word pressure. Why pressure? This is your exam. It is going to benefit you. It is something you are doing good for your own self. What pressure for? It is for your own self you are doing it. Just do it. This is your career. This is your life. You are doing for yourself. Why pressure? Do it. Do it for yourself. As simple as that. Come out of that word pressure and stress. Now coming to Sir said a very beautiful point, the parent and the teacher, right? Normally when we set these targets and when we speak about it to the parents, I think the first energy has to come from the parents. The moment you do this activity, the moment you feel the wow factor, this is it, this is what I'm going for, go and touch your parents' feet, definitely take their blessings, very, very, very important. That energy is very important. Now, I have my child who is in 10th standard, so I can relate to the parents how they are feeling right now. Perfect.
Wow. Excuse me, but I don't think many people are going to believe that. Anyway.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
So I very much relate to the students as well. I'm very much relating to the parents as well. Okay. At this point, there is one thing which I know very, very clearly is the temperament that the parent has in. Be calm. Target set, it's done, you're achieving it. This is not the language, right? It is more of love and support, that's it. It's lots of love. I remember my son also has been questioning me a lot. Mummy, the hugs and kisses have increased from your side in last 1 month. I said definitely, but that is the only language I'm speaking to him right now, right?
Wow.
They feel a lot more comforting and lot more supportive when we as a parent stand with them and show that emotion. No constant talking about what is happening, this, that. It is more of a constructive talk, how to achieve this, what is the area that you're lagging and how we can bring in our support. So yes, parents, definitely we play the most important role for the child's mindset in this next 1.5 months that we have in. Coming to students. Now this is very interesting about the students. Their best support and their best comforter are their friends.
Okay.
Right?
The peer support.
The peer support. Everybody has that 2 or 3 best friends of theirs whom they like to converse with. And the conversations are very nice and sweet. How's it going? How's it, bro? This is how they talk, right?
Oh, yeah.
How's it, bro, nowadays? What, man? Too much of studies. 10th standard never seems to end over here. Lot of work. I'm working too hard. Right? So it's like very comforting talks because what I want to hear, I hear the same thing from the friends. So it's very comforting to hear all this. The talks are very similar, which is nice, which helps, definitely helps. But students, for you, the best way to do will be, the moment you are studying, the moment you're putting efforts, you want to be recognized. discuss more with your parents and teachers that this is what I'm doing. Definitely discuss with your friends, absolutely yes on that. But as well, keep discussing with your parents, keep discussing with your teachers. Tell about every small achievement. If you're able to finish a particular chapter in a very effective way and you're feeling nice about it, share it with your mommy, share it with your mother, right? Take that energy from there. We normally say this to all our students. At this point, students, at this point, it's your friends who are standing with you, who has absolute faith in you. It's your parents, your mother, your father, your grandfather, your siblings, they are standing with you. Your VIBGYOR school teachers, at least 10 subject teachers if I count them, they are completely there with you. They are the best doctors for your subject. You have a concern, you want to improve in a particular subject, your teacher is the best doctor for you. So these teachers are standing with you. It is like a battalion of more than 20 people standing absolutely next with you, supporting you, and has only one feeling: you should do well. You too should feel very, very confident. You should feel, bring it on. I have a big battalion, and that too, everyone is a well-wisher for me. What can stop me from performing? Nothing can stop me from performing. I have a doubt, I talk to my mother, Mummy, please help me on this. I have a doubt, I talk to my teacher, the subject teacher, please help me on this. Tell me how to support. Simple. Absolutely.
Wow. Simple. Yes, you actually make it sound so simple. I mean, I think the students must be saying, let's give the exams tomorrow. Okay, Nimisha, we take a quick question from Sachin. He says that he has a doubt that people keep telling him that listening to nature music or relaxing music can improve our focus. His doubt is, does it really have an impact on us? Sachin, with my experience, I can tell you, it's always different strokes for different folks. You know, I mean, for somebody, it may be nature music that's relaxing. For somebody, it may be classical music. For somebody, it may be rock music. Am I right, Nimisha?
Yes. So Sachin, as sir rightly said, whatever soothes you, whatever feels good for you, that is fine. That is the best way to go about it. There is no fixed rule that for everybody this rule works. No. If it works for you, it suits you, go for it. If it doesn't, whatever is comforting for you, do that. As simple as that.
Well, Sachin, that's your answer. And in the meantime, the next question, we are coming now to your core subject, your beloved science. So, which study techniques, if any, do you recommend for science subjects in particular? And moving on that, I have a doubt, because this is a doubt that I've always been asked, and as a language and literature teacher, I have been unable to answer that. How can students balance theory and practical aspects of science subjects effectively?
Both the CBSE boards or the ICSE boards. There are ample amount of question papers available for everybody. It is very important. Point number 1, just recheck which is the chapter that really little bit bothers you. That chapter has to be catered first in next 2-3 days. Pick up that chapter, sit down with it and stick to the textbook. There is nothing else coming out of the textbook. It's simply the same thing which is going to come. Maybe the question will be twisted. The question will be asked in a different format, but nothing new is coming up there. So the first thing is find out which chapter bothers you and gain over that fear that this chapter has been catered. In science, it is all about practicing those numericals, practicing those reactions, and when we say practicing, it can never be reading them. It has to be written practice.
Perfect.
It has to be muscle memory. It cannot be just having a look at them. Hence, with absolutely no need to be lazy on that side, take your rough book, take your study book, practice the numericals. Numericals should be practiced from start to the end. It's not that, oh, I know this is very simple calculation. No, nothing doing. You must come to the answer It should be practiced fully. It gives you a sense of achievement also and becomes a good habit. You will apply this in the exam when the numericals come. Reactions, chemistry is full of reactions for you guys. It has to be written and practiced. Do not try to solve all reactions together on the very same day. Divide them chapter wise. Give them 3 to 4 days. A few reactions, 20 reactions or 30 reactions at a time. Divide them, but again, write them. No reading them. It has to be written. Coming to certain MCQ questions, yes, this is the best way to do it. Expose yourself to maximum question papers. Even if I solve 10 question papers, MCQs takes hardly 1.5 hours to solve. Even if I take 10 question papers and I solve only the section A of every paper, there are 40 questions in each paper. That means at least 400 MCQs I'll be exposed to. Those MCQs, if I focus and I'm able to get them correctly, almost entire textbook, everything has been solved for you.
Fantastic.
Right? So science is definitely, only these are the few pointers where you need to write and practice, and others is definitely reading of your textbook, which you have been doing it always.
So I guess we are looking at 100% marks in science.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay, 100% in science. And the next question that I'm going to ask you, Nimisha, and the next question that is being asked on the chat by one of the parents. It's a parent this time. Thank you for asking in. Similar. The parent says, my daughter often says she studies well, but then she feels that she forgets during the exams. Is this common, and how can she overcome it? My question was, coincidentally, how do you guide students in managing stress and pressure during board exams? I believe that the questions are definitely related.
Perfect. Yes. Students, this is something very crucial for not only as a student life, but as you go further in life. This is very important. Now, we have seen many students when they enter the board exams, the talk before, because that is like an entire different environment out there. Everybody with their books, parents coming in, uncle, auntie joining you out there at the board exam center. So there is an entire different ambience out there, right? Everybody into their books and talking about this question will come, that question will come, this you have prepared or what. So a lot of chaos, a lot of things happening around there. If I have to enter the board exam center or my classroom with the thought in my mind, this question should not come, this chapter should not be asked, I hope the paper is very simple. If I'm going to talk to myself in that format, if I'm going to constantly talk in that format, definitely when I see the question paper and I see that this is the question which I wanted not to come and it has come in the paper, my entire confidence goes for a toss. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I do not want to see, or I do not want to assume that this should not come in the exam. Whatever, let the paper be, whatever question come. It is very important that I talk to myself. I am absolutely positive to myself. I keep faith in the entire year what I have put in. When I enter, my mindset should be, I have studied, I have put my efforts, bring it on, let me see, I will crack this paper. Right? The way you enter the classroom, the way you enter inside matters the most. That mindset is very important. They say now, all is well, all is well. Absolutely, all is well is the most important criteria when you enter the classrooms, isn't it? If at all you're feeling that I'm not able to remember my concepts, this is happening, it is just that you are simply taking the undue and unnecessary pressure. It is important to speak to yourself, speak to your parents, tell them that I have revised enough. I will once again put a revision up. It will happen. You should not give yourself those negative assurance all the time. I may forget. No, nothing doing. Change your language. I have revised. I'll be able to reproduce it in the paper. Change your language. Change your thought. Don't go into that entire scenario where I may forget. No, it's okay. Forget about that. I will do it, I am gonna do it. These are the statements that we can bring about in our language, in our conversation. I hope you all got that, what I meant to say.
Absolutely. Before I go to the next question, where I'm going to take you down memory lane, right? Just a reply to Syed. Syed, you've got 20 days, right? In these or more, and of course the rest of the days during your exams. The 3 pillars, as Nimisha ma'am has said: hard work, there's no substitute; consistent efforts and dedication. Put in all these 3, drive that question out of your mind. It's not about passing here. It's about you getting what you deserve, the best of what you deserve. All right? Go for it, Syed. Okay. Talking about you. Now, this is something which is which I've always wanted to ask you, Nimisha, that students have different learning styles, right? Some prefer to write and learn, some prefer to read and learn, some prefer to learn out loud, some prefer to learn during the night, different, varied. How do you adapt your teaching approach to cater to different students' needs? It cannot be that one size fits all.
Perfect. So as you rightly said, every student has a different way of studying, and every student has a different subject which they feel confident about, right? Stick to your basics. Whatever way, you might be studying in the night, you might be studying in the daytime, whatever style suits you, stick to that. No need to make any drastic changes to that. Yeah, as a teacher, as teachers, we definitely need to cater the students as per their requirement. As a teacher, in fact, as a parent, the way we speak, the way we communicate with the child, I definitely do not like when a parent comes and tells us that this is the weak subject. My child is weak in this. We definitely do not encourage these words. My child definitely can do better in this. These are the ways of doing it. We are basically doctors, right, of our respective subjects. So we need to cater, teacher and parent, we need to speak about our subject in a very assuring way, in a very simplistic way for the child, making him feel that the the subject is absolutely caterable. It is like easy to monitor, it is easy to go through this. So while we are address the student in a very simplistic, in using all our experiences there, because every child needs a different support. So please, what we say, we have to appreciate their uniqueness, their capability that they have in. And trust me, students, please mark our words, we have been into this field for a long number of years. We have seen lot of people achieving their targets, lot of people doing extremely well in their subjects. These last days matter the most. It is all about the confident mindset, having faith in your own self. Be very, very focused in what you're doing, and you will sail through very easily. This is definitely not the most difficult exam of your life. This is just the first stepping stone of your life. This journey will make an impact ahead when you go. It will stay with you for a very longer time. In fact, sir, I wanted to mention this. This is that real society, right? This real and moment society, correct?
Yeah.
Children, it is start thinking, start dreaming. The day when the board exam results will be announced, start dreaming that. You'll be like sitting on your laptop. The dates, the timings are given that this is the time when the site is going to open up. You can put up your hall ticket numbers and you will get to see your results. Start dreaming that day. It is very important to make that cloud around you and start dreaming. It is very
joy
important.
And elation that you feel.
Yes.
And your parents may be making a reel at that time, right?
Make them do that.
Yes.
Make them do that.
Yes, and like, oh, wow, this is it. This is exactly what I wanted. And look at that. This is exactly the target that Nimisha ma'am had told me to set, and I've set it. And this is it. I've got it.
You must actually feel how it is going to be. You're sitting on the laptop there, you're right on the chair. All you have to do is put your number. You will actually find your mummy, daddy, your dada, dadi, your pinky auntie, your liftman, your security wala, everybody glued to it ki kya marks aane wale. They are all very, very excited about it. All you have to do, I can tell you that heartbeat, the way it beats that time is amazing, right? All you have to do is put enter and your mark sheet is right there. Start feeling that. Live that moment, how it is going to be. And that's the time where you actually, as Sir said, take the reaction. That reaction will be something which will stay with you forever. Yes. It will stay with you, right?
We'll be following you. Don't worry about that. Right. Okay. Anil Kumar is asking that what do you advise for those students who struggle to remember what they studied? Anil Kumar, let me just tell you one thing, which I have learned, followed and taught all my life, and it's been a long life, right? Anil Kumar, repetition is the mother of learning. Repeat, repeat, repeat till you perfect it. Perfection is possible. What do you say, Nimisha?
Absolutely. Repeat, revise, repeat, revise. That's it. The same textbook, the same syllabus.
Terrific. Okay, Nimisha, just one last question if I can get in. This is the time when sometimes the students also face a separate, they have a separate feeling, the feeling of boredom. That, they are not going out anywhere. There may be their phones, they have themselves kept away their phones, so no social media interactions, no temptation. At some time, that boredom sets in. How do you advise students to maintain a balance at such a time between academics on one side and self-care? Because I'm sure that this balance would lead to overall success in the exams.
Absolutely. See, boredom comes in when I am not focused on what I wanted to do. Okay. If I genuinely want to actually prove myself in this exam, I'm really craving to score. Boredom should not be the criteria, or should not be felt at all in this journey. If it is feeling, then you need to reassure, need to re-talk to yourself that I want this is it for me, nothing doing, I'm going to slog it out for the next 1 month. But yeah, if you look at it, you have 24 hours in a day. And there is hardly, let's say 10 hours I leave aside. But then too, I have got 14 hours with me. And 14 hours is good ample amount of time to revise, to take self-care. In fact, when you study, who told you just get up and just sit down on your desk? No, dress up well, put all your books there, put all your notes out there, feel good about yourself, take a pen, take all different color pens on your desk there, and make it look like a beautiful place to study. You should feel good about yourself. You should feel good about the place where you're working there. Take small break. The best break is talking to our siblings, right? Discussing a little events, what is happening with our parents, gossiping with mother maybe, little bit here and there, praying, little bit of temple visit may help this time, right? So such kind of simple, small break which motivates you, we should be taking it. Talking to our friends, how many papers did you solve? How are things going? A little bit here and there. Imagine once you are through this journey, you will be in a place where you will be like, I have done it. Now I have all the time to cherish on whatever I missed out in last 1.5 months. I am definitely going to make most of what time I get after the board exam. And the day when I get my results, that will be the cherry on the cake, right?
Fantastic. Talking about going to the temple, right? So I'm going to give my last word on that. Yes, going to the temple and prayers definitely help. Don't get me wrong, not in trying to reduce your burden or reduce the load that you have for your exams, not at all. But they will help to strengthen you, to make you so strong that the loads and burdens that you feel today will vanish. Right, Nimisha? So that was my last word. Thank you, parents, and thank you so much for all the thank yous coming in, the gratitude from you all. Nimisha, before we end this segment, a last word from you.
Students, you all are amazing. Trust yourself. You have done fantastic across the year. You have been putting lots of efforts, definitely more efforts than all the previous years of your studies. So efforts will give you results. Stay focused. Believe in your parents. Believe in your teachers. Remember, the entire battalion is standing right out there to support you. Very, very important, believe in yourself. Go with the attitude inside the board exam that I know it all. Bring it on, let the paper come here. Right? This is just the first beginning of your life. There are many more to come. So it's important that this first start, you do it with a bang. You just crack it very well. So you all have our blessings. You all have our good wishes. All the very best to all of you. All the very best.
God bless you. All the best. Yo.
Yo.